Hope everyone is well this Monday evening. Get started here, let the audience build up just a little bit since this is a live Facebook, YouTube, 3 News Plus, wherever you're watching it from. This is live at 8:19, about to be 8:20, February the 17th, 2025. I'm Alan Holt. Fortunate enough to get to talk about weather every day. Love that. And we've got a big change of weather moving in tomorrow night, about 24 hours from right now. So we'll be talking about that on this little discussion. Again, I'm going to hang out on it, wait for people to join up, just in case there's people get notified, whatever, that we're on here live. The focus, again, will be tomorrow night's cold front and the freeze potential behind it into Thursday morning. I do think that there's also rain in play, but not until after the freeze potential passes us by. So the threat for wintry type precipitation, ice on roads, things like that, doesn't look like it'll be much of an issue this far south. So we'll get started here. Pull up the graphics. There it is. Tomorrow, it'll be cloudier than today. Southeast wind will be back, and there is a small chance for a coastal shower. So I do think, more humidity, mid-70s, southeast breeze, 7 to 17. That's going to be where we're at for Tuesday, which is a little bit above average in terms of the temperatures for this part of the world this time of year. And then the cold front comes in Tuesday night. It'll be a Tuesday night passage, and it's going to really bring, that winter flavor of weather back in to South Texas. So that's where I have the front. I just updated this with the new data coming in. And, I think by midnight, it'll be through Corpus Christi. So 11 o'clock hour in there through Corpus Christi. Should be south of all of the region by 1 or 2 in the morning. And the front initially will bring in some pretty strong winds with it. North wind 10 to 20 miles per hour. North wind 20 to 30 miles per hour. And the gusts of wind will be upwards of 40 miles an hour at times. So it's going to have some big wind with it Tuesday night, Wednesday morning as it passes your location by. That'll be the windiest time frame. So, I've got on the right there that 38 degrees on Wednesday morning. When you factor in that wind, it's probably going to feel like the upper 20s as you head out wherever you're going on Wednesday morning. Then it stays in the 40s for the most part throughout the day on Wednesday. We might not get up to the low 50s. I put 51 there because I do think there's a chance that we clear up a little bit. And if we can get some mid to late afternoon sun, it could bump temps up into around 50. But if it stays cloudy all day, I think we stay in the 40s. In turn, I've got Corpus Christi right now at 32 on Thursday morning. That's for the airport. So the city likely would be a degree or two milder than that. But I think that Thursday morning forecast is really going to be contingent on the cloud coverage, which I'm not confident in at this point because it's so close. The skies are going to want to clear. I think we'll have partial clearing Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday night. But then the clouds try to come back Thursday morning, and that's what's really giving me, at least, the forecasting issue is I'm not sure on the cloud forecast into Thursday morning. So this isn't the type of front that's just going to completely come in and it doesn't matter what the clouds are doing, temperatures are going to drop that low. I think if we get to the freeze point in Corpus Christi come, Thursday morning, if that happens, the skies will be clearer. And that's what I'm really looking at in the forecast department. If it's cloudy, I think we stay in the mid-30s. So this is overnight into Tuesday morning. There may be some patchy fog early Tuesday, generally in the mid to low 60s. A few inland spots may be in the upper 50s. Tuesday afternoon comes around, mid to upper 70s. A few inland locations near 80 degrees, low 70s at the coast. And there is that chance for a passing coastal shower, I think, into Tuesday. Then our cold front comes in. There it goes. I didn't pause it, but it comes in around 11 o'clock 11 o'clock to midnight Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. And this is 2 a.m. Wednesday. You see the temperatures. And then into the morning time Wednesday, look at the wind gusts up near 40, sustained at 25. So that upper 30s is going to feel like the upper 20s. There may be some very small pockets of patchy light rain or drizzle. But Monday, in essence, the bottom falls out and temperatures, they're going to fall and on Wednesday. And we may stay there throughout the entire day. You see how the modeling tries to clear us up into the afternoon. That's where I'm getting a little bit into the weeds with, if it stays cloudy, we stay in the 40s Wednesday and mid-30s Thursday morning. If it can clear up, some guidance is suggesting that, then maybe we see 50-something Wednesday afternoon and it stays clear into Thursday morning. We could see that freeze potential. So there's a lot to get through still on the forecast. It is not a guarantee at this point that we see an area-wide freeze. That's through Wednesday afternoon. Temperatures right now, that Arctic air is pouring into the plains where it's sub-zero in Minneapolis, 17 below zero in Bismarck. That's my phone moving this around on the table. 17 below in Bismarck, North Dakota. Just brutally cold air, and that air is going to work south. It's not going to be that cold here. It will not be 17 below, but again, we're going to have a little flirt with the freeze come Thursday morning. The system that'll do it is up in the northern Rockies, working through Wyoming right now. That feature slides southeast, and as it does, it's going to pull down that colder air. So Tuesday, mild, a few showers out there. I think the rainier part of the state will be East Texas. Our chance looks pretty low, mid-70s Tuesday. Then Tuesday night, there's the front coming in a little before midnight in Corpus Christi, a thin line of showers possible. And after that, the winds pick up. Wednesday, a windy day, temperatures in the 40s for the most part. Gusty winds up to 40 miles per hour, especially in the morning. And here's where the forecast confidence is low. It's like, okay, will we freeze or not? That's a hard question to answer because it's a very specific threshold, right? If we hit 33, no freeze. If we hit 32, then it's a freeze. And because the clouds are, you see how this model output is showing the clouds basically bisecting the KIII viewing area. So if you're in essence south of Highway 44, clouds, north, clear, that's where I would expect the freezing temperatures to be, where the clouds are not. And then where the clouds are, I'd expect it to be in the mid-30s. And that's the difference. So I would prepare for a freeze area-wide, with the exception being the islands. I don't think the islands get there with this one. So freeze preps, I would say yes at this point. You don't really have to do anything till Wednesday, although it's going to be cold and not fun to be outside. There's no real concern until Thursday morning, and that's going to hinge on the clouds. So if I say it's going to be 34 and it hits 32, well, then there's the finger pointing because I missed it by 2 degrees, So right now I think 32 is reasonable, but it's going to be highly dependent on how the cloud forecast evolves between now and Thursday morning. And cloud forecasting, it ain't easy. So bear with us as we try to resolve that. Thursday afternoon, definitely cloudy. It'll be dry, but temperatures stay in the 40s. And then into Friday, this has been the year, the season of these coastal lows. A cold front will move through. It'll then retreat back to the north toward us. And on that retreat, we'll see a little area of low pressure pop up, generally near the coast. And it can deliver rain, which it looks to be happening Friday into early Saturday morning in this case. So Friday looks abysmal with 40s, north breeze 10 to 20, and light rain. So it'll be damp. To the questions coming, we'll get to all of them. And if I don't, I'll come back and see if I can answer them more. So just bear with me as we work through the forecast. We'll try to get all of the questions answered. This is day by day now, just a different way of presenting the same thing we just showed with the map. This is I just color coded it and with some text. So Tuesday, mild, no biggie. Tuesday night, the front comes in. Wednesday, windy and cold. Those are the things you need to know Wednesday. Likely into the 30s in the morning. Wind chill in the upper 20s at that time. Temperatures in the afternoon, for the most part, will be in the 40s unless we get some late pops of sun. Then that could bump us up to around 50. And the wind is going to be gusty, especially in the morning, up to around 40 miles per hour. Thursday, that's the weather impact alert time frame, and that's for the freeze possibility in the morning. I have on my notes on the day today that's going to hinge on cloud coverage. The freeze or not in Corpus Christi will hinge on cloud coverage. But regardless of that, wind chill will likely be in the mid to low 20s. It'll be cloudy, north breeze 10 to 20. So Thursday has that freeze potential. That's why we're going weather impact alert. Friday, it's going to be cold all day, 30s and 40s, but no freeze. I do think we've got a decent chance for some light rain with that coastal low. So cold and damp on Friday. Also, Thursday morning with the freeze possibility, if there's no moisture on the road, i.e. rain, if there's no water on the road will not freeze. Even if the temperature drops into the 20s, the road will not freeze without water on it. So we're not worried about icy roads. We're not worried about hazardous travel here in the coastal bend. These are the temperatures now. There's the weather impact alert, the high and low temperature for each day. And, Thursday, we've got that alert for the freeze possibility, but look at Wednesday through Saturday. It's going to be cold. We might not get above 50 between Wednesday and Saturday morning. It could stay sub 50 on Wednesday and not get above 50 till Saturday afternoon. So we're looking at a 4-day really period of time where the temperatures are cold, where the coldest comes in Thursday morning. Clouds pending. This is a great chart here. This is the forecast low temperature with the corresponding wind chill at that time that morning. So to read this, 59 Tuesday, that's the low tomorrow morning, and it's going to feel like 57. No biggie. Wednesday, 38 in the morning, 6, 7, 8 o'clock with a wind chill of 27. So that's more, put the jackets on, layer up, and do that through Saturday because it's going to be cold. It's possible wind chill values are in the 20s Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday mornings. with those air temperatures in the 30s. So significant cold snap. It'll be a 4-day run where the temperatures are, very, very cold. I know it gets colder up north. I know. I don't need the screenshots. I know it does. We're not competing with someone living in Colorado or Kansas City or wherever. We're not competing. It's colder in the northern latitudes. Conversely, we don't compete with people on our heat index in the summer. We know it's hotter here, right? We'll get 115 a lot. If you put that in New England, they can't handle it. We can. It's climate, where we live, what we're acclimated to. So, sorry, digression. The P's. The 4 P's, people and pets, sheltered or inside Wednesday through Saturday. It's going to be cold. Wind chills sub-freezing all of those mornings. It'll be cold. The plants now. I'm not positive we get a freeze. Some people may get a frost, and that's where, let's say the air temperature is given in red at a 2-meter height. That's about, head high, for generally speaking. Frost on ground level is ground level. And sometimes the air temperature just between that span, 2 meters, can be 3 or 4 degrees colder than the air temperature. So you also need really light winds to get the frost going, which I don't think we're going to have. But it's possible that some ground level locations get a little bit colder than the air temperatures that we are talking about, which is 2 meters. So with that, the plant's sensitive stuff, if you're really worried about it and it's a sensitive plant that doesn't handle cold well, just take the precaution. Peace of mind. No biggie. Bring it in. Cover it. I think we'll have already gone through the coldest of the season to date in January. That one will have been colder. It was 21 here one morning that week in January. So this won't get to that level. Pipes, for me, I've got a pier and beam, and I don't drip anything until it's 28 or lower. I don't think we're going to get to drip level this time. But the exterior pipes should be protected. An outdoor spigot, protect it. Take the hose off the spigot, put a cover on it. The typical things that we do. Sometimes I feel like we get matrixed. Like every time it freezes, right after the freeze, we go and erase everything that we learned with that freeze, and then we don't remember what to do the next time. They're all the freeze preps are pretty predictable with the freeze preps. This looks like a light freeze, meaning above 28 on the lows. So right now I'm not planning on dripping. If I'm working Wednesday night and I see, oh my goodness, the clouds cleared up and it looks like it's going to stay clear, then that night when I go home, I might slow drip a faucet. You don't have to know those answers right now tonight because you're not going to drip till Thursday morning. And when you do, I did this, been doing this, put a little catch, popcorn bowl under the faucet, and that bowl shouldn't even be filled up with how slow the drip is by the following morning. So you can use that water somehow, given the state of our water supply. 4 P's, those are them. And there's the 7-day, everything we just talked about, the 4-day cold snap with the weather impact alert, focused on Thursday morning. There is that rain chance Friday into early Saturday morning. By Sunday, we shake it off and we're back to a day similar to today, it looks like. Today was fantastic, by the way. If you didn't get out to enjoy it, it was a nice day of weather. All right, let me see if I can I want to actually address the groundhog thing. I don't keep up with the groundhog. You know, we do it because it's fun. Okay, he said this, I guess, saying 6 more weeks of winter, right? So we are still in winter, meaning the groundhog forecast, we're not to that. So the March, right? 20th, 24th, I don't even know when the first day of spring is. It'll change dates year to year. March 20-something, first day of spring. For 6 weeks after that is when the groundhog is saying 6 more weeks of winter, right? So if it's April 13th and we get a freeze, then I would be like, that groundhog knew it. The groundhog knew it. But some facts here about Corpus Christi weather. There has yet to be a freeze on record in Corpus Christi after March the 31st. That's the latest a freeze has ever happened on record in Corpus Christi. So an April freeze, that would be historic from a record-keeping perspective because there isn't one on record at this point. So groundhog schmoundhog. We're still in winter. This is pretty stock. This is pretty expected to get these cold snaps in the middle of February. It happens. This is not abnormal. So we'll go back. Another comment from Michael Landscape. The golf ball doesn't go as far in the cold weather. Very true. That is very true. It does not. Donna Trent Vaden. Happy birthday to her son Jacob, who is 39 years old. Have a good party tonight. Or I hope it was good this weekend, or if you're having it next weekend, I hope it will be good. So that's the 7-day. We'll hang out on this for a little longer. I'm going to see if I can scroll back on the graphics. I like this graphic. It's just a good catch-all for the focal point of the forecast. Alex Talip, are you going to turn on the snow machine? Fun. That would be fun. That would be fun. A lot of these questions are already asked or answered. Okay. How long is the cold going to last? That looks like one that people keep asking. A 4-day cold snap. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we shake it off, snap out of it, return to more like South Texas weather by Sunday this weekend. It's 8:41 according to my phone and watch, about to be 8:42. February the 17th, it's a Monday. Again, we're on this live right now, but if you're watching from another time, it's recorded. Okay, another question from Deb. Is the winds going to get up? Yes, 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 the winds will be strong. I'll just put the cold front timing back on here. The wind will be 20 to 30 miles per hour, gusting to 40 miles per hour on Wednesday morning. That'll be the windiest time. They slowly decay into Wednesday night, but it's still going to be 10 to 20. It'll be 10 to 20 from Thursday, Friday, and into Saturday. It's going to be breezy. So north winds, yes, they're going to be strong. Strongest will be in the wake of the front Wednesday morning, 20 to 30 out of the north, gusting to 40 miles per hour. This is a good question. Okay, I'm going to go see if I can get my hands on some cloud data because that's the real key to Thursday morning's forecast. Again, it is Monday. We got Tuesday, Wednesday to really focus and forecast and refine everything. So we will do that. put the 7-day up for another minute or so. Missy asking about the fog. There may be some patchy fog tomorrow morning, but once the front comes through, no fog. There will not be fog after that front. So that front's coming in Tuesday night. Some patchy fog tomorrow morning. I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, the cloud forecasting. So, that'll be the key to Thursday morning's temperatures, how low it gets. If it's clear, there could be some upper 20s. If it's cloudy, we could be in the middle 30s. There could be just an hour or two where it clears up and then it clouds back up. We briefly drop and then come back up. It's a tough one. It's a tough forecast when your threshold for error is 1 degree. When you're talking about freeze or not, it's a hard forecast to make. Luis Hernandez, will this be the last strongest cold front of the winter? That's a hard one because this one won't be as strong as the one in January, but it's strong. And it's hard for me to say with 100% guarantee that, there won't be another strong cold front. So sorry, I can't answer that. Jose Hernandez wants to start panic buying. That's you, that's not me. All right, we're starting to go into territory that's not as fun. I hope everything was answered for you. We'll be doing these updates leading up to everything. And we also do this thing called the news at 5, 6, and 10 every night. We do it in the morning between 5 and 7 in the morning. Same stuff, but just a nice, neat production that you can casually watch. And if you don't like that, we've also got a website and a YouTube where all of this stuff goes. So there are many, many, many different ways to consume, and it's all free. So, we'll catch you on one of those services. I'm going to go update everything, and I'll see some of you probably at our 10 o'clock news.